Good morning. Welcome to our channel once again. It is the 3rd of July, 2025. Tomorrow is the 4th. I hope you all have a wonderful day. The Democrats have destroyed our economy and Trump is rebuilding it. And these are the signs that the Democrats left for Trump to pick up. Boy, they left one heck of a mess. This is brought to you by our sponsor, who makes a very interesting product called Prostate Support. If you have any prostate problems, anything, you go to the doctor, they say, well, you know, your PSA XYZ is up, your ZYP is up, your FTE, all those little things that neither you nor he understand fully. Start using Prostate Plus. Now, a high PSA could be a fever, it could be an infection, it could be the big C. Of course, we all know what to do with the big C's, sea vegetables, but that's my opinion and my opinion only. Oh, it was the opinion of the U.S. Army in their book that they published, which you paid for and you have the right to see because it's not secret. Anyway, prostate support. Sea vegetables is sold by Get the Tea and prostate support is sold by Get the Tea. And when you use the code MOUNT, you save 10%. Now, tomorrow we're not going to do any advertising. We're going to read the Gettysburg Address. So stay tuned for tomorrow's video. Anyway, a few things to continue. We went to the grocery store. Prices were 31 times higher than when I was a kid. 31 times higher. Trump's right. Inflation in the food industry has stopped and something else has happened. As the distribution center begins to break down for General Mills and the major food companies, the stores are picking up the little healthy foods with a lower profit margin, but they're putting them on the shelves. So good things are happening out of this because the food poisoners are beginning to slow down their production. Now, in the news, Trump went to Alligator Alcatraz and said, hey, if they want to escape, let them. They got to run zigzag. That'll give them an extra 1% chance of surviving. They're putting a prison on top of an airfield. Now, they could probably house 10,000. We could put a division there in the military, but they're only going to house 1,000. You see, they're supposed to fly in, put them there, and then fly them out. Let them escape. No walls, no fences. Go ahead. Bye. See you later. We'll never see you again. And in the Sean Diddy Combs trial, which was being conducted by the SS, you know, the Holocaust, the granddaughter of the man who ran the SS, Comey's daughter, you know, the Sieg Heil people, the SS, the one who killed 6 million people. Granddaddy was the man who ran the SS, his granddaughter is running the P. Diddy trial, and he's never been tried for murder despite all the dead bodies. And he was found guilty, but the current judge that's administering it decided, well, maybe we'll let you out on bail. Satan doesn't prosecute Satan. You can murder, lie, cheat, steal, you don't go to jail unless you open your mouth about what's really going on. And the Ayatollah said, let's kill Trump. He put out a jihad to kill Trump. Yeah, peace my rear. The Muslims will never change, and there are laws in this country to prevent people from coming into this country that want to destroy our form of government. Sorry, they're still spraying. So Muslims are not allowed in this country. Then why is the FBI bringing them in? Why are the terrorists bringing them in? And marijuana taxes are going up all across the nation because the states need more money to house the illegals. So they're going to raise the taxes on dope. So we pay these people welfare money, they go buy. So the state pays them welfare money, they go buy dope, and a whole bunch of money goes back to the state. In the meantime, the politicians have their hands out, and $2 out of $3 stay in the state capitals. $3 out of $4 stay in Washington, D.C. But $2 out of $3 stay. So if you're in Kansas, or you're in Illinois, or you're in California, you pay your $100 in taxes, the politicians get $66.66. 666. It's the way it is. You pay your taxes and the politicians stuff their pockets. CIA reappoints them every year. So anyway, these are the things that the Democrats have done in destroying our economy. Not only have they brought in 40 million illegals, about 85% live on welfare. Not only have they paid over 100 million people Social Security refugee pay and destroyed Social Security. You know, when I was a kid, average Social Security recipient could buy 24,000 pops. Now they can buy 800. Social Security's been getting smaller and smaller And the Democrats are laughing because more and more older people are dying because they don't have the money for housing. And the Democrats are laughing their heads off. So are most of the Republicans. They'd have to quadruple Social Security and eliminate all those refugees off Social Security. Wait a minute, that's the law, isn't it? But they're not about to obey the law. So anyway, sales of new homes in the United States are tanking right now. Home prices in the U.S. are falling. Unemployment is up. Real unemployment is about 25%, especially in the 22 to 25 year age. That's about 35%. That's why 45% of people between the age of 18 and 40 live with mommy and daddy. Then mommy and daddy start dying off, they get the house. I know people with 7 people, 5 cats, and a couple of dogs living in a house, a 3-bedroom house, 1,100, 1,200 square feet. Because the kids don't want to get their own apartment. Can they afford it? Yeah. They work for the government. They get welfare. They can afford it, but they like that free rent. And, boy, do they drink. And retail sales for so many months in a row, you've seen it, it's plummeting. The amount of retail sales have plummeted. It's so bad, our governor was looking at the taxes here in the People's Republic of Washington, Zig Heil, and he said, no, our sales tax figures can't be that low. There must be a mistake. No, there's no mistake. Nobody's buying nothing. I'm hearing this from everybody now. And according to Challenger, Gary, and Christmas, U.S. employers announced 47% more job cuts in May than they did in May of 2024. In other words, what the Democrats did was destroy America. Kill, lie, cheat, steal, and murder. With their FBI allies, the terrorists, that little fire that the terrorists started up in Idaho, turned out the chief of police was trained by the Mossad. Yeah. Thank you, FBI, on that one. Anyway, for the first time in 5 months, the U.S. employees announced 60% more, all employers announced 60% more job cuts than they did during the first 5 months of the year. Everything is crashing. Factories in California are permanently closing. Amy's Kitchen in San Jose. I could just go on and on. California is a disaster. That clone that runs it, I'm a clone, I answer to an AI. You all saw it on TV. He's a freaking robot. The robot said, I am a clone, I answer to an AI. Well, everybody's laying off companies are closing left and right in California. They are here in the People's Republic. There are whole malls that are empty because the state or the city or the county raised the taxes, so they had to raise the rent to the occupants. Nobody could afford it, so they closed their doors, set up yours. Because the county, the city owners, the state owners, the owners of the United States Corporation want more money, more money, more money. Who do you think the mob is? It's the owners of the city, the owners of the counties, the owners of the states, the owners of the United States Corporation. That's the mob. When we incorporated, we created a group of illegal liar, cheaters, murderers, thieves. And they help support the FBI to do their killing. It's the way it is. I tell people this, and they just look at me funny. What do you mean they have a machine? They chip all the drugs. And if you're using a drug outside the area, they'll arrest you. They chip Dorito chips, Coca-Cola. The federal government has moved in and said, you will chip all whiskey, you will chip all beer, you will chip all wine, Zig Heil. It's all chipped with nanochips. You will do what we say because we tell you to do it. Zig Heil, all hail the master Lucifer. You think I'm joking? Go to the Steilacoom ferry over here. 3 days before the full moon. Look for the underpants tied in the tree. Look for the human ritual and watch for yourself. You have 2 eyes. You have 2 feet. Go out and do it yourself. You're not allowed to take pictures, though. They'll kill you on the spot. Anyway, also, Google is reducing its staff. Can you believe that? Google on Tuesday offered buyouts to employees. This is Tuesday ago. Offered buyouts to employees across several of its divisions, including those within knowledge and information of engineering. And Microsoft, they've made the dumbest computer games. You used to be able to buy a computer game, put it on your computer, and play it. Now you got to have the internet to play the computer game. They've shot themselves in the foot. They've become very stupid. Now, to get an older game, you have to go to GOG, G-O-G, and that ties into the internet, and you have to play a game on the internet to brainwash you. Parents, you let your kids play a computer game, you might as well just send them back 3 or 4 grades. Makes them that stupid. Anyway, Microsoft is cutting jobs in the gaming division for the 4th time in 18 months. It's planning another round of cutoffs, another round of cuts as Xbox, as part of the tech giant's ongoing reorganization. Both Microsoft and Microsoft just had USAID and the vaccine industry cut. So Bill Gates is scrambling for money to kill people with. I mean, let's just put it the way it is. He wants the population at 100 million. He'll use anything within his power to reduce the birth rate and the human population, and he said so, and we're not allowed to play it on the video. I just don't know what he's using. How about the water that's poisoned with fluoride? That's as toxic as lead. We just don't know what he's using. Anyway, Trump has a mess. It always takes a president about 6 months to find out what's going on, and Powell doesn't get out of office till May of 2026. He needs to go away permanently now. And if Trump doesn't do that, he's going to destroy America. So we'll see what happens. These are the things that God has to have Trump fix. There's also some other things we've talked about him 1,000 times, and he's not going to do it. So he's not going to get these fixed. We pray that he does. Don't think we're going to get out of this conflict thing anytime soon. We have a conflict resolution. They create a conflict, they come up with a solution. They create a conflict, and then they come up with a solution and raise your taxes. Just like that guy starting the fire in Idaho. The sheriff was trained by the Mossad. Something just doesn't smell right. It hasn't smelled right from the beginning. Illegal alien, lighting a fire, driving a nice car, shooting at deputies with a rifle when he's not allowed to have a rifle. You know, it just doesn't pass the smell test. Anyway, God bless. Thank you very much. And don't expect P. Diddy Combs to spend 1 day in jail. But you can learn to just smile, enjoy yourself, watch the show God's putting on, get prostate, and get the prostate support so you don't have any more prostate problems, and just enjoy life. And happy 4th of July tomorrow. God bless. Thank you very much, and we'll see you tomorrow. We love each and every one of you coming here. Just sign up. You know, I know you post and they take your post away. I know you sign up and they drop it. They don't allow you to sign up to get... Just keep doing it. Eventually they're going to break. Trump's going to break. He's going to have to do what God says. He's going to have to make them uncensor us, or his entire presidency will be an absolute, total, whitewashed disaster. God bless. Thank you very much, and we'll see you tomorrow.